Alright boys and girls, welcome. Now today we are in a very strange location, right? We are in the middle of Norway, but Theo, we've got something very important that we just do need to discuss. It's right around the corner. It's coming, it's happening like a lot sooner than we thought.
Yeah.
But it is KSI versus Logan. They are continuing, obviously, the infamous YouTube boxing world that you created.
All me.
All you.
And how much have I earned from it? Not a penny.
Not a penny, son.
Give me 1%.
At least 1%. Mate, I reckon 1% is getting you at least 2 mil from this fight.
You reckon it's going to earn 200 mil?
Oh, yeah. That's outrageous.
Pretty good.
Anyways, boys and girls, right, let's just get into the naughty stuff. Before anything, before any of the smack talk, before any training videos come out, right?
Well,
genuinely, I want to know, who do you think is going to win?
Logan Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the first 2 rounds of the last fight, he dominated.
Yeah.
And he admitted, I think it's quite obvious that he started to seriously flag in terms of fitness and cardio. And I feel like this time he's learnt his mistakes. And the thing that let him down was the cardio.
Wait, could you hear that? I hope the sound quality is all right. But
I think it's all right.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that let him down was the cardio, the fact that he gassed himself out too early on. And I think he's taken that into consideration, and he has to come in a lot fitter.
Yeah.
And if Logan doesn't let JJ get on top in the later rounds, then I can see it going how the first 2 rounds went of the first fight. Does that make sense?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Like that 100% makes sense. Now, for me, obviously, it don't take no boxing expert to see that the first couple of rounds, it did seem like Logan was going away with it, just from brute strength. That jab was just like stopping JJ doing anything. Now, the obvious thing to say is that if Logan is fitter, like you're saying, then it's difficult to see if JJ does employ the same tactics, how he's going to get through. But this is what you keep hearing Vidal, his trainer, say. We're switching up the tactics completely. JJ himself is saying, the fighter you saw last time, it's going to be someone completely different. And, we've seen him put on a lot of weight, right? He's like 93 kilos at this point, which is obviously, that's almost like 10 kilos heavier than he was going into the last fight. Saying that, though, from obviously my experience, going against guys that are heavy, light, whatever, I feel like having the ability to punch hard isn't something that, if you put on a bit of weight, if you go to the gym a bit, you randomly develop. I feel like it's something that you just kind of have or you don't. Obviously, weight can enhance it, but the guys that aren't hard hitters are just not hard hitters. And from obviously what I've felt of JJ's punches, I don't feel like he's naturally a hard hitter, and I don't feel like his technique is that. It's just not. His transfer of weight, just, it doesn't take a boxing expert to sort of see that. Do you know what I mean?
One thing I found interesting was obviously on the True Geordie podcast when he interviewed Vidal, was that Vidal said they're going to wear Logan down. They're not going to go hard at the beginning or hard at the end. It's that long, annoying wearing down. When someone's just prodding you constantly, that's what I feel like their game plan is. That would do my head in. Yeah,
because because what's his name? Hugh Wizzy said it in True Geordie's video, was that it doesn't even have to be hard hitting. If you're just constantly getting punches in the face, like JJ's tactics against me, just constantly. Just that jab in the face, it throws you off because you can't think, mate. Even just me doing that, you can't think straight. You can't. Well, you maybe can, but it's annoying, like you said, right? And I just feel like that sort of tactic of knowing that Logan can flag, annoying him, stopping his game plan, could mean every chance that KSI can do it. And if he has got this weight and he has worked on his hitting technique, then maybe he will be able to get the job done this time.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
What would you rather take? A big punch to the gullet.
The gullet, that's the throat.
No, what's the term?
The gullet's the throat.
Oh. Let me ask this question. Pretend that never happened. What would you rather take? A big punch in the stomach?
Yeah.
Or someone just going there on your arm for half an hour?
Oh, definitely that on my arm for half an hour.
No, I just for half an hour,
mate,
just
honestly,
little ones.
Getting winded, right? the little tap that I got from Jake Paul that winded me, right? That was enough. The rest of the day, I was feeling that, genuinely. If you get a proper smack in the stomach. It just disables you. Like, you can't do anything. Like, honestly, it's just like you can't. It makes you shut down. Well, you know what it's like getting winded. Can you have many conversations or think about what you're doing when you're winded? Do you know what I mean?
But what the point I was trying to make was, what would you rather get, a smacky wacky doodah to the face, or just getting constantly jabbed and burned down?
That's the thing. I think the constant it demoralises you.
Yeah.
So that's where Logan, if JJ's just constantly there, that's what can make Logan just revert back to what he did last time, which is go for it all in one go, burn himself out, and then allow JJ to like take over. And that's what I do think. I do feel like in terms of IQ, I do feel like JJ has the advantage because of how good Vidal is. Yeah. Vidal has literally installed so much of his own knowledge in JJ, and I feel like that, like, if it comes down to boxing smarts, the tactics of JJ and Vidal could do this.
So who do you think is going to win then?
Who do I think in my heart of hearts is going to win?
After what you've been saying, it's leaning towards JJ, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, when you say the stats, when you say like, oh, this, that, what we've been hearing, you could say, you know, it does sound like Team JJ have more in place, like of a plan to do this.
Yep.
Right? But they maybe just be like, oh, Logan's not really come out and said too much. He's not wanting to reveal too much this time. My head says Logan's going to do it.
What about your heart?
My heart says that JJ's going to do it.
So you want JJ to win?
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't mind who wins. I don't mind. Either one. The better man will do it. Right? Pardon me. The better man will do it. Genuinely. Like, on the night, you'll be like, you know what, fair play, he deserved it. Yeah. However, I just feel like living away from your home in a strange climate, having to acclimatise to a new time zone, as much as you think, oh yeah, KSI can do that, like, it will have an effect. And I feel like JJ's the sort of guy that needs to be round his mates. He needs to be surrounded by them, like, with them, you know, gassing him up, like having the banter, and being alone, not with Vidal, because he's not going to be with Vidal in America when he goes there.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, no, he's just with the Mayweathers. That's what he came out and said. He said, like, halfway through. So halfway through, like, disrupting your camp, going with people that, yeah, on paper they may be good, but they're not like his mates. He doesn't not have that connection with them.
Unless Vidal secretly is there and it's all a big ploy.
Well, yeah, I mean, it may be, but like...
One thing I will say is, we're forgetting that the draw was a fight and Logan was away from home.
The fight was a draw.
The fight was a draw and Logan was away from home.
Oh. Yeah. Logan was away from home. So,
if you take it into the home...
Yeah.
That would favour Logan, right?
Yeah, well, I mean...
Because he drew away from home, and if you go home... You're more likely to win. I mean,
yeah, like 100%, but you could say the fighter that both of them were in that fight are, like, they're going to improve upon who they were in that fight, like, tenfold. And it may be that home-away advantage isn't really even a thing anymore, because, like, JJ's used to it. Once he's in that arena, it's just another arena. What I'm saying is, like, the stuff leading up to it can take its toll subconsciously. Consciously, once he's in there, yeah, I feel fine, everything's great. It's just that, you know, the little things that do instill that subconscious confidence of knowing, you know, your tactics and how it's going to go. If Vidal's not there for those last few weeks when he's really honing everything in, and it's just a Mayweather's, that's where I'm saying it can disrupt things. It can disrupt how you feel. Because consciously, mate, you can go into a fight thinking, yeah, I've got this. I've really got this. But when it gets going... It's not your conscious mind that's in control. Genuinely, it's your subconscious. It's what you've been doing day in, day out that I feel takes over. And if it's been a bit disrupted and it's not fully as like feeling it, that will shine through and you'll see a lack of something. And, you know, yeah, like, do you know what I mean?
Sounds like you're describing your own fight.
Oh, yeah, partially. That's 100% what happened to me. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this.
I will add, though, it seems like in the past, everything JJ has done has just been a success.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's gone amazingly.
Yeah.
So is this just going to be another one of those things where he just goes there, wins?
Well, it just could be. And that's why you can't write him off. Because everything he does, he smashes. Like, you can never say, oh, yeah, because he's doing this on the side or he's doing that as well. Like, he's not going to pull it off this time. Like, everything he says, I'm going to do this, he does it.
Right? Sounds a bit arse-licky, but it just is the fact.
No, mate, it's fact. Like, it just is. So, you know, you've got to respect that. But the brute honesty as well is the fact that these guys, obviously, not wearing head guards this time, and only wearing 10-ounce gloves. Bearing in mind, last time it was 12-ounce gloves and with head guards. Now,
let's restart that.
Okay, we just need to restart the camera, so 1 sec. Now, as I was saying, on the head guards, now I do believe that these guys will be doing a lot of their training without head guards, because you train to not wear a head guard, because you don't get that in the fight. So it's not going to come as a big surprise. Regarding the gloves though, normally I sparred in 16 to 18-ounce gloves. So, and you just will do the majority of your sparring in that, because it's just risky wearing lower than that. If you're sustaining it every day for weeks. So I do reckon they're gonna feel it.
So when that first big punch connects, that's gonna be a shock to the system.
Yeah, it's gonna be. What it'll do, I feel like it favours Logan. It just does, because Logan's the harder hitter. If he does have a bit of an onslaught early on, and those do start connecting, there is going to be more chance of it just stunning. And all I'm saying is it will just stun JJ more and allow. So say last time. Well, I think this is going to make sense. Last time where he had a few shots and then recovered, I feel like he'll get stunned and he won't be able to recover as quickly. So how AJ in his recent fight took one to the top of the head and just didn't recover the whole fight. That's what you could see. And then tactics and all that stuff, I feel like could just start going out the window. But one thing remains, and that is that we created this whole thing. No, I'm joking. But
no, you're not.
I'm being deadly serious. No, but what I wanted to go on to here is how obviously Eddie Hearn getting involved and promoting the whole thing.
I think it's one of them where obviously the first time you guys did it, laughed at you.
Yeah, he literally openly, I saw him and Jackmate do Jackmate got him on his podcast or something, and they reacted to the press conference, and he was like, oh yeah, I mean, I think they're being real, but it's just a load, it's just a joke really, isn't it? And he sort of took the mick out of it a bit.
And then he saw the bank balances, the paycheck, the money flying in. Everyone's like, oh yeah, let me get involved in that.
Yeah, and what I don't really rate is how obviously, this was started by YouTubers. It has always been fueled by YouTube, the YouTube community, YouTubers, right? And now that he's getting involved, no undercard of any YouTubers, only professional fighters. And I think that is it's rubbish, because one, obviously, he's just milking. He doesn't give a crap about YouTube. He doesn't care that what has fueled this, what has supported this throughout, and the whole reason why it's here. He's just gone, that's a way to make money. Let me just get rid of everything.
There may be a side of it is going to be good for the sport of boxing.
We're doing this because we want to make YouTube a more credible thing.
He said,
and he's just getting rid of it all.
He said no YouTubers, only pros. But Logan and JJ, pros.
Yeah.
What's stopping Anisim Gibb going pro?
I mean, that kid's been he's been absolutely begging for a fight. He just wants
him a fight.
Someone to give him the time of day.
Give him a fight.
Just give him a fight, but it's unfortunate.
I think Jake.
It's just no one really it's not really.
Look, I think what you need to say and tell the people is, boxing's not for you.
I know boxing's for me, but just on a fun level. So for example, if for a YouTube video, you came to me and said, Joe, I want to do one where we make jelly boxing gloves and just take the mick, or my slip and slide, or just a little spar, right? I'd be up for that, but
6 months.
Yeah, the way it's got now, obviously you take 6 months out and you miss out on other opportunities. You inevitably, don't get paid as much as you're promised, and then it's just I've done it, I've experienced it, it was great, but now I'm back onto doing what I love. Do you know what I mean?
Don't want to go through that hardship again.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great to win, it'd be shit to lose, but at the end of the day, neither is going to define or make me any less or more happy. So I'm enjoying it to the max. I'm loving what these guys are doing.
Yep.
Going pro, carrying on
our tradition
and all that. But it's sick to see. It's just I would love it to still be YouTube. I want to see the guys that are YouTubers, like FaZe Sensei, right? He's unreal. He's an unreal fighter. Why isn't he getting given a shot?
I think it's sick that the likes of Billy Joe Saunders are being talked about to be on the undercard.
Yeah, maybe one pro fight. But I think Billy Joe Saunders and the professional boxing. Now I think Billy Joe Saunders and professional boxing. I'm doing it again. Boxing.
It's your little thingy.
No, I'm not wearing my retainer.
Oh.
I'm not wearing
boxing.
it. Boxing. Professional boxing and boxers should stay to that, and this should be YouTube. I understand though that this obviously with Matchroom getting involved, they're going to want something out of it, and their something out of it is showcasing their fighters to get the little kiddies watching like interested in real life boxing.
So because it's obviously a pro event, are you not allowed like amateurs boxing on the undercard? Is that maybe a thing?
I assume like once it's a pro, in order to make it credible, or I don't know if it's surely there's no like governing body that's like saying what we can or can't do. So it's literally a pantomime. Like this show. So it's literally the people putting on the show make up the rules. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
I believe so. Who's the governing body
of boxing?
It's not the British Boxing Board of Control or something. It's not the
IBA.
It's not
IBA, International Boxing Association.
Okay. What I'm saying is that it does really affect me like deeply that YouTubers aren't getting a shot to fight on this. Like, I think it's quite sad.
If Anderson Gibb is not fighting FaZe Sensor,
oh mate, that'd be a great scrap. FaZe Sensei.
Oh, FaZe
Sensei. He's a sensei.
FaZe Sensor's a different one.
I think he's a different one.
Greg?
I want that scrap. FaZe Sensei versus Anderson Gibb.
Make it happen.
No, that would be good because Anderson Gibb, right? All these like lower level fighters that realistically he knows he can just bang in, right? It's a waste of time. It's just another ego boost for him. Just I knocked someone else out. I think we put him in there with a real fighter, and I think FaZe Sensei, like both of them, similar sort of levels. I think that not fighting wise. I think channel wise, like size. So I think why not get them in there together? And you can't say that that's not a credible fight, like Eddie Hearn. Like, if you've watched the last fights and all the undercards, which probably you haven't, you've just seen the bills and just gone, yeah, 1.4 million buys, I'll get on that. Get me involved, boys. Nah, but like, I reckon that's what he's done.
One of the better fights.
Is he YouTube through and through? Have you ever watched a Theo Baker channel video?
It is really good. Hit across that a few times.
It's class.
The best fight from last time was Jay versus Gibb.
Yeah.
Give an undercard.
And give the people what they want. We want to see another big...
We want Gibb. We want Gibb. We don't...
Nah, but yeah, like, overall as well, though, I do want to touch on something else, Theo Baker.
Yes, Joe, well...
So, in terms of what you've seen over the past year of both guys, right... Olajide Olatunji been on a music tour. He's been eating the pies. Well, he has. And we've seen Logan Paulinho just absolutely caning the gym and going at it, looking in great condition throughout. He hasn't really taken any time off.
Ibiza, hamstring injury.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, and that is what we've learnt, especially from boxing this year. It's that you know, looks do deceive. Looks really do deceive.
Looks do deceive. Look at me. I've never been in gym lab, but I've done a lot of good things. Scored at Wembley.
Yeah, you have. So, like, Theo, like, for example, Theo doesn't look like a footballer, does he? He looks like I don't know.
Tennis player.
Yeah, he looks more like a tennis player.
Like a footballer.
But what are we going on about?
I don't know.
I want to get back to what I was saying.
Okay, what I was going to say was...
No, wait. The question.
Oh, the question.
So, yeah, what do you think of how they've looked and behaved over the past year, and do you think it will impact the scrap at all?
So, by looking,
yeah,
obviously Logan is the favourite.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that you do not see.
Yeah, you just don't.
At all.
Like, you really don't.
No.
Like, so much.
So you can't just go on, like, you don't judge a book by its cover.
No, genuinely, like, you don't know from now till the night before the fight, anything that might happen. Like, I remember, like, I broke my nose.
No one knew.
Or like sparring like a week before the fight. I still haven't even ever mentioned that publicly, but I broke my nose. And obviously at the time when you're scrapping every day, it's like, you know, you're taking little injuries here and there that it's not a big deal, but things like that can impact. Yeah. And this is what I'm saying about, like, you know, the little things, the not being in your own comfortable environment. Like, I'm not gonna lie, mate, like, you spend, like, for example, all that time training in the gym every day, and then bang, you're put in front of a crowd. Like, you're in the gym every day for months, and then bang, you're now in front of a crowd, and you're having to do this thing that you've been doing every day inside on your own, now in front of a crowd.
Well, maybe that favours JJ, who's been performing all around Europe in front of crowds.
Oh my God, maybe that's it. He's been getting even more used to being in front of a crowd.
Exactly.
So that and he's not been at home, he's been, in different countries, so that when he's, that is a great point.
Do you know what else you should do?
What?
Open training sessions.
oh yeah, we want to see that. No, but that is something that Eddie Hearn always does with obviously his fights. They should do open workouts for us to see what they look like.
With their tops off?
No. Normally, wait. Normally they do it like an open workout, like in the week before, as like a promotion for the fight. Like it promotes the fight, right? And I think we should do that because I'd love to see like how are they looking. Like so, it's quite cool.
Obviously, when pros do it, they don't. If they do that, you can't really take too much
away from it.
Yeah, but from these guys, obviously they're not up to that standard, so you have to take a lot more.
Yeah, but as well, mate, hitting pads is nothing like actual scrapping. Like it's nothing like it. Like you're hitting something static that someone's saying go 1-2. Like I can hit pads all day long.
See what sort of shape they're in.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll get that at the weigh-in. But like more importantly, what I'm saying is, do you think? Okay, yeah, JJ's been performing in front of crowds, doing that in different countries. Could be very used to doing that. But do you think carrying extra kilograms of weight is going to impact him? Because I know for me, where I had to put on weight for the JJ fight, having to eat more and more, having to force feed yourself in the weeks leading up, mate, it's horrible. So like you're dreading eating. You'll wake up in the morning knowing you're having to eat 2 breakfasts, force feed, and it really disrupts you. And that's what I'm saying. Like JJ's going to have to do that.
This might sound like a stupid question.
Yeah.
So throughout your training, are you not just gradually putting more and more weight on, or is it just all at the end?
No. So for me, I would just, for like the last 10 weeks, because obviously I was just doing stuff to get in shape, but for the final, like 10 weeks when it really got serious, it's just eating like quadruple, because otherwise you're doing all that exercise, you're burning like 4,000 calories like minimum a day, and you're having to eat enough for that, and then eat enough to still be able to put on weight. Do you know what I mean? So like, think how much you're having to force feed yourself. It's horrible, mate.
So why don't you just do it?
Do you know this?
In that 6 months leading up.
I've never told you this. On the day of my fight, right, I didn't eat a single thing because I was so nervous, and I tried to eat something for dinner. Just threw up, projectile vomited everywhere.
Was this after the fight or before the fight?
No, before the fight, because I was so anxious and nervous. And
because you hadn't eaten anything, you were just running on a pure adrenaline.
Yeah, mate, it was awful. But what I'm saying is like,
that's terrible.
That force feeding that JJ may have to do, or not force feeding, but having to eat more than he feels like he wants to, can have an effect. And whereas I assume Logan's going to be able to just train and eat perfectly to how he wants to mentally just feel all right.
Well, maybe, as you said, Jade's been eating the pies purposely for a reason, so he's got that, and just convert that fat into muscle.
Well, yeah, you can't convert fat into muscle.
But you know what I mean?
But like, as in, he's been bulking over the past year. Exactly. So that he doesn't have to like do any like force feeding like within the last 10 weeks. But what if he trains it all off?
Could be considered genius. But he won't train it all off because he'll keep that level of eating up.
Yeah. All he's got to do now is just maintain, which is, it's intelligent. It is, like you say, it's very intelligent. And that what's that? It's going to stop.
Oh, it's 30 frames.
It's 30 frames, yeah. What it is as well is I feel like, what I'm saying is like, where Logan's like, oh yeah, JJ, you've just been on a tour. You've not been putting in the work. I reckon from the the day after the last fight, they've gone, right, we need to be heavier for the next one. Let's bulk. I think all of this has been calculated.
Planned.
Like, no, and it's not like, for the past 2 months now, or for the next 2 months, they're going, right, we need to start boxing again. I reckon it's been, JJ, you need to put on weight over this time and get to a point where, like you say, where you don't have to do what Weller did.
Yeah.
That's definitely what he said in the group chat.
I wonder if they have known it's going to be November since that fight.
No, I don't reckon since that fight. I reckon they've known for a while.
Long time.
But, a little while, because they would have... Because in order to get the negotiations with Matchroom, the venue, etc., like, that takes, like, weeks.
And obviously, with the venue, Staples Center in LA,
yeah,
that's very impressive. Are they going to sell it out?
Well, this is the thing, because like the UK fans are the best. They're without a doubt. Like, they will be there supporting no matter what. Now, obviously, it's going to cost thousands for any of them to do that, and like that's a joke.
You get a few hardcores.
Yeah.
But are the LA fans up for this?
Well, I don't know,
because if you look at the Challenger Games.
Yeah, no, it was a flop. And even when I went to say like Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz in New York, that wasn't a sellout, and that is like the world heavyweight champion. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think they might struggle, like genuinely, but I do believe nonetheless it's going to be good.
It's going to be unbelievable. Like, as an event itself, it's going to be like goosebumps.
Yeah.
I really hope we get YouTubers on the undercard. Otherwise, for me, I'm not the biggest fan of boxing.
Yeah.
It's going to be boring until, like, the last few
Yeah, that's
fights.
the thing. We will literally be, like, so... Like, even being there, like, I literally don't give a crap about any professional boxer. Unless it's, like, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, etc. Unless it's any of them on the undercard, I don't give a rat's ass.
Yeah.
Like, not because, no offence to, like, boxing. Like, I'd love to watch it if it was a boxing event, but I'm going there for YouTubers to fight. It's like when we played in that Wembley Cup, and there was no real YouTubers played. It was just, we were all on the bench, and it was just... other football teams, and it's like, no, this whole event is a YouTube event. It's for YouTubers. That's why we love it. That's why it's been a success, you know. So, like, I just hate how money talks like that, and it's just like that is the annoying thing.
I would love to see, actually, don't worry, I was going to say I'd love to see like a UK YouTubers Olympics. Nothing on topic.
I think the reason why this has been good is because people love seeing people go at it. And like, don't get me wrong, if I was JJ or Logan, and it's going to increase my paycheck by like loads to have Matchroom come in and make it about professional fighters, then you do it. It's just unfortunate that us as viewers, we want to see YouTubers, and it's just like, we just have to accept that that's how the world works. Like, you know, money does talk at the end of the day. If either of us were in that situation, we'd do the same.
But you're probably going to get more pay-per-view buys by having more YouTubers.
Will it break the record of the first fight, though?
It depends on pricing, doesn't it, really? Like, how much was the last one?
I don't know. Was it like £7?
That's quite cheap. But if it's like a 20 quidder...
I don't know. I feel like Eddie Hearn could whack a £19.95 on this.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, no joke, because he's going to go, yeah.
The only issue is, obviously,
What, the whole thing? What, battery?
I think so. Because obviously on the last one... 1 million illegal viewers on Twitch.
Oh my God, really?
That would stress me out.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, £7 per person, 7 million quid.
Yeah, no, that is the ball. Well, no, that is the thing that, like, YouTube viewers are used to watching YouTubers for free.
Yep.
Like, it's not, you know, that is what it is. You don't pay to watch YouTubers. I don't care what it is. Like, and that will happen. Why am I going to pay for this when I can just watch it for free?
The thing is, though, like, everyone watching it for free, you just got to rate it. Like, they're just getting it for free.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, but when there's Twitch staff watching, and
Is that what happened?
There was Twitch staff watching.
Wow.
And Twitch didn't do it. But that's another story. That's for another day.
That is for another day. But yeah, overall, bottom line is, you know, your brain says, for me, like, you know, we're going to wrap this on saying that the brain for me says Logan Paul is going to do this. He's in the comfort of his own home. He's going to work on his cardio. I know JJ's expecting that, but the bottom line is, when you're taking hits to the face, you know, and you're realising that he's not gassing out, just got, you know, thinking, oh, he might gas out soon. That's not going to save you. And, you know, if it comes down to both guys being fully fit the whole fight, for me, Logan Paul gets the KO. Saying that, though, I would not be surprised, and this is where I'm saying, like, you know, not from my head, not from my heart either, but just from what just can easily make sense, is that JJ and Vidal's tactics of how they're going to go about this fight wear Logan down, and eventually he may just have the power to finish it off this time. You know, I would not be surprised if KSI comes through and wins this by KO. At all, would not be surprised.
So you'd love to see a JJ win for the UK, but you think Logan will win? I wouldn't
love. It's not, you know, there's no emotion connected to it. If I'm honest, Theo, I think it's more of just like, may the best man win.
I'm excited to see this event and just be part of history.
Yeah,
and give us our percentage.
Yeah, just give us our percentage.
Give us money.
I think that's the biggest thing. I think, like, where, like, I've actively heard that KSI went out of his way to stop advertising on our fight so that we would get paid well. Like, he actively stopped that so that I wouldn't get any money, right?
Are you allowed to say this?
No, I'm saying it. But he went out of his way to do that. I think that's where part of me wants to go, you know what, mate? Like, just give us 1%. Just 1%. I've got a tax bill to pay. Just come on, son.
That's a very personal attack on you.
It is a very personal attack on myself. No, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, overall, may the best man win. Yeah. Theo, so you reckon Logan, but you...
Yeah, I reckon Logan, but it wouldn't surprise me if JJ pulls off a KSI and wins.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
pulls off a KSI. He does. That's what he does. So, yeah, anyways, boys and girls, comment down what you think. It's going to be unreal. Can't wait to watch the press conference where we're inevitably going to do a whole thing chatting about that and assessing it and analysing it. To the best.
Gib versus Sensei. Gib versus Sensei.
Yeah, so Gib versus Sensei. Let's make that happen. I want to see that. But anyways, boys and girls, this has been Wafflin, Joe Weller, Theo Baker, live from Norway. We will catch you later. Peace.
Good.